All right, so today we're talking about ordered pairs and relations. So we use ordered pairs to locate points, and we use graphs to represent relations. Let's see what it says here. It says, Brenna is planning a treasure hunt for her little brother in their yard. She has drawn an imaginary grid over the area for the hunt. Clue 1 is located 2 units over east and 1 unit up north on the grid from the starting point named 0, 0. This location will be named 2, 1 on the list of clues. So what they're talking about is you would go to the right or east 2 points, and then up 1. That would be clue 1, which would be 2, 1. Okay? All right. So ordered pairs. In mathematics, coordinate system or coordinate plane is used to locate points. The coordinate system is formed by the intersection of 2 number lines that meet at right angles at their 0 points. So let's take a look at the parts of a coordinate system or coordinate plane. You have the origin here, which is 0, 0. That's the starting point, okay? And then you have your y-axis, which is here, okay? And then you have your x-axis, the horizontal number line here. So when we talk about x, we're talking about the horizontal line, and we're talking about y, we're talking about the vertical line. All right, so an ordered pair of numbers is used to locate any point on a coordinate plane. The first number is called the x-coordinate, and the second number is called the y-coordinate. So if we have like this, you always write them in parentheses, and for this case, 4, 5, that's how I would write it, just like it's shown. The first number is the x-coordinate, and the second number is the y-coordinate. Okay, so the first number would be along the horizontal, and the second number would be along the vertical axis. All right, to graph an ordered pair, you draw a dot at the point that corresponds to the ordered pair. The coordinates are your directions to locate the point. So for example, it says to graph A, and A is at the coordinate 4, 3. And we're to do that on the coordinate plane. So we always start at origin. In this case, this is the y, this is the x, and we start on the coordinate plane. We start at the origin 0, 0. Okay, so that's 0, 0. And then to go, we start with the x coordinate, and it's a positive 4. So we move to the right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it says the y coordinate is 3, positive, so we go up 3. 1, 2, 3, put our point, and we label it A. Okay? Easy enough. All right. So now is when I want you to pause the video, try these next 3 from your note sheet on your own, and then when you're done, come back and let's see how you did. All right. Okay, welcome back. Let's see how you did. So in the first one, we have 2, 3, okay? So this is my x, this is my y. That's a terrible x. Let's go my x and my y, okay? So x is a positive 2, so I go to the right 2, 1, 2, and then I go up 3. 1, 2, 3, and I put my dot. And I could label this, since it's not labeled a letter, I could simply say 2, 3. Okay? Let's try 1b. This is my x, this is my y. I go to the right 5, and then it's 0. 0 means I don't go up or down. I don't go either direction. I stay on the axis. So I go 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't go up or down, so my point is right there. And this would be labeled as 5, 0. Okay? And then the last one we have is, get that out of here, is my x, y. Oh, look here, we have a fraction. So that's going to make it a little different. So x, we go over 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's positive, so we go to the right. And then we have 1.5. So 1.5 would be halfway between the 1 and the 2. So I would go 1 up and then a half. And I would put my dot right there in the middle between 1 and 2. And then I would label that 3, 1.5. How'd you do? Pretty good? All right. Let's see, number 2. We are to write ordered pair that names point D. So now we're to identify where point D, so we're identify what point that stands for. Okay? All right, let's see what we got. We can start at origin here. This is origin where they cross. And we can take a look at our x. We only go over 1. So we know our x is 1, and we go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So we're going over 1, up 4. So that puts us at 1, 4. Okay? All right. So now take a look at this, and I want you to label what point C is and label the coordinates for point D. Pause the video, go ahead and do that, and then we'll take a look at it. All right, welcome back. I see you got it done. Here we go. C, we started origin. We don't go left or right, so our x is going to be 0. And we go up 2 to C, so that's 2. So our point would be 0, 2. Now let's look at D, okay? So D, we would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my x is 6, and then I go 1, 2, 3 up. So my coordinate would be 6, 3. Okay? All right, good job. Relations. A set of ordered pairs such as these ordered pairs, 2, 3, 3, 5, 4, 1, and 5, 6, is a relation. A relation can also be shown on a table or a graph. The domain of the relation is the set of all the x coordinates. The range is the relation set of all the y coordinates. So again here, if we have these, all of the x's would be your domain, and all of the y's would be your range, okay? So we can take those and we can label all of the x's into a table under x's. We can label all of the y's in a table under y, and then we could plot all of them. So 1, 2 here is 2, 3. Okay, and then we have 3, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 would be here. And then we have 4, 1, which would be here. And then we have 5, 6, which would be over here. Okay, and that's how you would answer a problem like that, or that's ways that you could do represent the same data. Okay. All right. Let's look at this one. It says express the relationship, gives you some coordinates as a table and as a graph, then determine the domain and the range. So I would plug in all of my x's. So my x's, so 0, 2, 4, and 3. Then I would plug in all of my y's, 0, 1, 2, and 5. Now once I have my table figured out, then I could go over here and I could graph them. So I have 0, 0. That would be here. I have 2, 1. That would go here. I have 4, 2. That would go here. And I have 3, 5. That would go here. And then I would list my domain, and my domain is all of my x's. And then I would list my range, which is all of my y's. Okay? And that's how I would answer that problem. So I would need all of those components because it asked me for all of those components. So let's take a look at 3. This is where pause the video, try number 3 on your own, and then come back and see how you did. All right, how'd you do? Do okay? Let's see. So express the relationships of these coordinates as a table, then determine the domain and range. So they just want a table. So I could draw a table, x's and y's, and I put all of my x's. So 2, 0, 1, and 1. I put all of my y's. 4, 3, 4, 1. Okay? Now I have to determine my domain and my range. So my domain would be all of my x's. 2, 0, 1, and 1. Okay? And then my range would be all of my y's. 4, 3, 4, 1. Now, that's all my x's and that's all my y's. You will notice, though, that there are 2 1s and there are 2 4s. Okay? We do not need to list those twice. Okay? So you would only need to list those one time. So what I would list is 2, 0, 1. And on the y's would just be 4, 3, 1. Okay? All right. One more example. We have a seahorse swims at a rate of about 5 feet per hour. A says to make a table of ordered pairs in which the x-coordinate represents the hours and the y-coordinate represents the number of feet for 1, 2, and 4 hours. So I make me a table. So it says the x-coordinate represents the hours. And we want 1 hour, 2 hour, and 4 hours. So I label those down on my x's. And then I know that it's 5 feet per hour. So my y's would be 5, 10, and then 20 for 4, because 5 times 4 would be 20. So there's my table. And then B says to graph the ordered pairs and describe the graph. So 1, 5 would be 1, 5 here. 2, 10 would be here. And 4, 20 would be way up here. Okay? And then to describe it would be the points appear to lie in a line. They appear to be in a line. So I would write this. So to answer this problem, I would 1, make a table. 2, I would have graph the ordered pairs. And then 3, don't forget to describe the graph if it asks for that. All right. If you have any questions or need any help, just let me know. Thank you.